Hare Krishna, welcome. Nice to see you all. So today we are going to have a very interesting exercise. So we are going to divide you into 4 groups, breakout rooms, and I'll be giving you 4 questions. And these questions are all going to be based on what we have studied so far, 3.1 to 3.15. And it is open book. You have access to all the notes that we have discussed so far. But the emphasis is more on the practical aspect. The emphasis would be how do we apply those teachings in our daily life. So I'll create the rooms, I'll share the questions, but the way you have to answer is slightly, the perspective is different. You have to assume that you're going to teach the class. So you're going to assume that you are a teacher and somebody is asking you this question. So you're going to get 10 minutes or 15 minutes to prepare the answer. And then once your time is over, you're going to explain this to the rest of the class. So each group can have 1 or 2 representatives. The group will decide who they are going to be. But timing is key, because when we are teaching, we have to make sure that we are able to convey a message in a given time period. Okay? Does that sound interesting? Okay. Let me now create the rooms and let us see who Krishna is pairing with you all. And in the group, you have to encourage your other members to turn on their cameras. Okay? There is no room for pride or ego here. Okay, I have rooms created. So please remember your rooms. Room 1, Asha, Kahan, Kalpana, Manoj, and Simran. You just have to remember your room number, your room 1. And then Sulata, Kiran, Lakshmi, Shalmali, and Suchitra. You are room 2. Chitra, Purva, Rupal, Samarth, that is I think Praveen, and Soumya. You are room 3. And Apurva, Deepali, Smita, and Poonamji, you are room 4. So now I'm going to send you to your rooms, and then you can look at the Telegram group. You will see the questions there. So again, the emphasis is look at the questions as if you are the teacher and students are asking you the questions, and how are you going to prepare the answer and come back with the answer for the students. So preparation time is 15 minutes and you will get 10 minutes to deliver it. Yeah, please go to your rooms and look at the question related to your room number. Okay, welcome back. Asha ji, you had a question?
गुरुजी हर एक ग्रुप को प्लीज क्वेश्चन बोलने बोला ना, so that वो explanation समझ में आएगा.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
We know our question only, na, so we can understand our answer, but other groups' question we don't know. Like,
Yes. Whenever people, they will first say what the question was. They don't have to read it out. They will say the question the way they understood it, and then they will talk about the answer. So, how does it feel if you have to recollect the teachings and prepare answers? Did anybody feel like you had too much time? Oh my God, nobody felt you had enough time. And it was just about recollecting what you read. But then Krishna said, Antakale, matlab at Antakale, if you remember me, you will come to me. But here you had 15 minutes and you couldn't recollect Krishna's teachings. Antakale is going to last like less than 15 seconds, right? Okay, room 1. How many volunteers or how many representatives do we have? Raise your hands so I can unmute you. Okay, Manoj ji is room 1 and Kahan ji. So you can decide how you want to distribute your answers. So you can first say what the question was in brief.
Okay. Yeah, and first of all, when you gave us this assignment of teaching and just preparing for one question, it makes us realize and humble that how difficult it is, and also appreciate how good job you are doing, because you do this every week and then answer so many of our questions. So thank you.
Kind of
Hare
kind
Krishna.
of you. Hare Krishna.
So our question was, as we understood, was that there is nothing like inaction. We are doing action every time. Everything we do there is some action. We cannot be in any inaction. And there are certain actions that we do almost on autopilot or do every day. And what can we do to make it better and impart Krishna's teachings into that? And how can we improve that? Even doing that repetitive action, how can we improve ourselves?
Excellent. So you will have 10 minutes for the answer. Okay.
So I will try to sum up for 5 minutes, and then Kahanji will take the rest of the 5 minutes. So in two activities I will discuss. One is driving and the other is cooking. These are two very general activities that we do every day, where those of who will travel or those who don't travel and are cooking at home. These are the two activities which almost happen without even thinking. Driving, I said from my experience that either it is automatic, we are listening to the radio or some music or news, which both of them can be tamasic or not really fruitful for us, or we might have thoughts about certain things that happened the day before or later, or anxiety about what's going to happen. And also we might react to stuff on the road, somebody cuts in front of you. So we can alter that in two different ways, and how we can incorporate. On the road, our reactions, we can be more considerate. If something happens that is sudden, which we did not expect, or somebody is in a hurry, be considerate and think that that person probably has an emergency and that person has to leave and go, and just get out of the way. It makes you feel better that you helped someone, and our reaction is controllable. That person, what that person is doing is not in our control. The second part is having the thoughts and anxiety or bad thoughts or some worries. We can replace that with listening to either, and that is how I have learned, listening to bhajan or teachings like Gita teachings or Vedanta or other things that keeps, sort of, it is almost like meditation, that you are thinking about God, devotion, how to do right things, spirituality. That helps, that so it infuses a lot of positive energy into you. When you go to work, you will go to work with positive energy. When you come home, you will sort of unwind whatever happened at work, but unwind and go back to the same. It's almost like meditation again, and go, with Krishna again, and learn more things.
Very nice.
That similarly in cooking also, while you're doing, instead of just following this thing, you can do japa, you can listen to bhajans while you're doing this. It's not only that it calms your mind, but almost it is like offering to God.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So basically you are saying we have to first be mindful. When you're mindful, you can catch that I'm anxious or I'm wasting my time, and then you choose Shreya, which is excellent answer. Thank you so much. Kahan, you're going to follow through?
Yes, Guruji. So our theme is there is no such thing as an inaction. And can we think of an activity which relates to it? So my sort of perspective is that, so even if, let's say, we live with someone, our family, or someone like like we live with our family, we spend time with our co-workers in our office. There are many actions which are done by them which we do not uh, like we really do not have a gratitude of until it's done by ourselves. So let's say there are some house chores which are done by our family, our mother, let's say preparing our meals, things like that. Until unless we do that same kind of action, we do not get that same kind of perspective. So even small actions which are done by our family throughout the time we got born and things like that, we still do not have that gratitude of accepting that even this small actions throughout the lifetime can have great results, not in terms of monetarily things or like that, but even that emotions between people can mean a lot. It and after after you do that thing for your own family, you get that sense of ownership, that sense of responsibility. So that is a very important part of our life. Like that's true that in our free time we should do Nam Japa and all. So that is a very prominent part. But yeah, to accept the ownership and to accept the responsibility is also a very big part, and to have the gratitude of people who are giving you certain things, and you are enjoying the fruits of their actions.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. Great job. So, team one, do you think there was any major thing missed? Or if you are okay, looks like you are satisfied.
I think there is one more point which was discussed.
Okay.
We do not expect, but we hope that some of our answer can inspire other people.
Of course, it will. Your answers are aligned with the teachings of Krishna. It is definitely meant to inspire people. Thank you, Kahanji. Excellent job. I'm very happy that you were able to participate. Okay. Group 2, who are the representatives for Group 2? Can raise your hand. Is it Sulata? Okay. Sulata ji, who else? Anybody else?
Yeah, if I have the points, Shamil ji can add also.
Shalmali ji?
Will be-
Okay. So you can carry on first, yeah, and then we will pass on to her. Your timer starts now.
Yeah, the question is, Arjuna asks Shri Krishna a question that many of us carry but rarely voice. If inner clarity and understanding are what truly matter, then why should I engage in difficult, uncomfortable, even painful action? If we have all had moments where we knew something needed to be done, a difficult conversation, a challenging responsibility, a stand that needed to be taken, but talked ourselves out of it, walked ourselves out of it using reasoning that sounded wise at that time. Without needing to share the specific situation, can you describe the kind of reasoning the mind produces in those moments? What does the voice of avoidance sound like when it disguises itself as wisdom? And how might we, as practitioners, develop it?
Yeah, so the point is you have to tell what you understood from the question. So the question has to be coming from you. So if you shorten the whole question, the basic question is, when Arjuna was put in a difficult situation, when he had to do rightful action, which felt very uncomfortable, his mind started tricking him, to avoid that by coming across as a pandita. Like he's talking about sin, he's talking about, rightful action and all of that. You see what was going on? So that is the question. So when you have to do something which is probably not that comfortable, but still the right thing to do, is your mind also doing that to you? And if so, what kind of excuses is your mind coming up with? Okay.
We slightly understood it in a different way, but we have the points. Like maybe it will
Sure,
address.
sure. No problem. Go ahead. Love to hear
Yeah.
your perspective.
Yeah. So first thing is we understood that whenever the mind is being asked to stretch beyond our habitual framework, it resists. The resistance comes first. And because it is attached, it will be attached to what it feels familiar and comfortable, that comfort zone. That is the default wiring, as we learned from it.
Okay.
And whenever we, try to solve the problem, we just discussed about Einstein's insight, where, when we try to solve the problem with the same level of consciousness with which it was created, like we trying to control the situation harder, which will only feed the root cause, that is our ego, and address only the symptoms rather than the root cause.
Okay.
So we will be just, we need to attempt to rise the level of consciousness to even understand where we are and what needs to be done, and to gain that clarity, and to be able to listen to the ones who are guiding us. Also, we need to be rising above that conscious level. So,
Got
and
it.
be in the right frame. And to have an objective overview, then we will have an objective overview and understand the reality and what is our rightful action at that given course of time, and what is our dharma. So dharma.
Yeah, those are all things that you need to do, but have you caught your mind playing tricks? Have you caught your mind creating very sophisticated excuses?
Yes.
It's the root of the question. Okay. Do you think Shalmili has that point?
Yes, maybe Shalmilji you can add on to.
Yeah, I don't see her.
Also, Lakshmiji is also trying to say.
Okay. So Shalmili has some issues, I think. Lakshmiji is your backup? Okay, so we will have Lakshmiji go.
We talk about, yesterday we talk about Nanartha Pratishtha regarding the scarcity mind. That is the one came to me, and because I want to relate it to that, immediately it came to me only. Because what you're going to do like that means it's the path of the existing habits makes us to go away from the real path.
Yes.
And then the Arjuna, for what Krishna is telling Arjuna, you in that sloka 3.8, Nedam good. What is exactly the karmas? The actions related to you. That is the one you have to do.
Niyatam karma.
Nedam karma. That is the one I was telling. 3.8, Nedam karma. You have to do it. Then the 3.9, you have to surrender to Krishna. Then that is the one. So I related those two. And then yesterday the Narada Bhakti Sutra regarding the scarcity of mind, because that is the one I want to relate it to this one.
Okay,
and then
okay.
To create positive momentum only, we have to create positive momentum only to overcome all these things.
Got it. That's good answer. Thank you. It's a good, very good. So basically what she's saying is those excuses that the mind creates, they're all because of the momentum of past habits and past thought processes. That's what is causing all those excuses. And if she has to overcome that, she has to create a momentum in the other direction. And for that, she has to first understand what her niyatam karma is. That will help us understand if she's aligning with what is the right action instead of giving into excuses. Very, very effective answer. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Group 3, who are the representatives? Okay, Soumyaji is one. Do we have anybody else? Or okay, maybe Soumyaji can pass on the baton. Your time starts now, 10 minutes. And if you have more than one person, divide the time across you.
Yes, I'll try my best. And Chitra ji, Sumant ji, Rupal ji and Purva ji can join in, and they will join in if I miss anything. Okay, first of all, I would like to start, Guruji, by thanking you for doing this yagna or yagya consistently with us every single Saturday, finding time and investing time in us. Now, the question that was presented to our group or was in front of us was about Shri Krishna tells us about the mutual nourishment cycle. And the gist of the question is, are we following the mutual nourishment of this cycle consciously or unconsciously? And how does it change our inner state of mind or our inner awareness if we are to include all of like the chain as it exists in our daily actions?
Mm-hmm.
So as a group, when we discussed this, so we realized that there are two things over here. One is abundance, and the other is the nishikama karma coming out of impulse or data points rather than coming from participation in life. So abundance is something that Chitraji would talk about. I would like to put some focus on the nishkama karma. So just through the examples that we all discussed, and I gave an example of me meeting with the midwife today, and she's Persian, she's from Iran. And I even forgot to there was like a checklist running in my mind, and I even forgot to ask her how is she doing, how is her family doing. So that I would say that involvement in life by participating in the other person's
Mm-hmm.
hardships, I think that is something that I completely missed to explore today. Now, I do it in certain other aspects of my life, which is I give free coaching to immigrants and stuff like that. But then in some other aspects, it does not come consciously, right? So what we realized that there are certain data points in our system that actually uh, uh, creates a checklist in our mind, and then our actions are actually coming from that checklist. So rather than us participating in life eventually to yagya, and yagya coming from the nishikama karma, we are going probably the opposite way, which is our karma is coming from those impulses,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is realization number one. So we have to participate a bit more in life. That will help us, like from an emotional standpoint, that would help us in being more emotionally intelligent. But again, compassionately detached um, from the incident or um, from whatever is happening around us. So that was my learning. Um,
Got it.
and that was the learning that I think everybody also I maybe I'm not putting it in the right manner, but the right path is participate in life, um, come to yagya, like do the yagya and through nishikama karma, but we do it like in the opposite flow. Like, okay, data
Correct.
points, checklist, and then an action. And that is not a nishikama karma. And that stops us from like actually participating in life, and we are just reactionary. Chitraji, please add
Yes.
to the abundance portion, please.
Yes. So what you said is there is a technical answer. It is correct only. Basically, what Krishna is saying is the awareness comes first. The awareness that this is a reciprocative ecosystem, this whole cosmos. So it's not possible that you are doing something or you are consuming something where somebody else was not involved. If not another human being, it was some cosmic force, it was something is always involved. So that awareness automatically gets us into the mindset of I'm not a consumer, but I'm a participant because I'm receiving and I'm supposed to also be giving. So when the giving is also in your conscious mind, then whatever you do becomes a yagya. That is how Krishna is putting it. And abundance is a side effect of that. So Krishna, Chitraji, yes, your 5 minutes starts now.
So, yes, you put it very well together, Soumyaji. And the reciprocal action, like whatever we are receiving, when we are consciously mindful, and yes, we are in the state of gratitude, but are we consciously grateful for all the aspects that actually contributed to making it happen? Like, for example, so many examples that it was really hard for me personally to even think that what I'm receiving, how do I reflect on from what are the other sources that are making it
happen. So, like water that we get, the example that you had in the question itself, the food that we get on the plate, what are the other sources that are making it happen or contributing to getting it there? Having our laundry completed, the clothes that we wear, what are the other aspects that are contributing to make it happen? This Zoom, this technology that we are able to communicate, what are the aspects that are resulting in making it happen? So many examples. And after putting this awareness by being in present and consciously being grateful to each of the reciprocal sources that are causing this, are we able to change our mind and have that attitude of gratitude, but at the same time, how are we taking this in perspective to give back to that same Brahman and creating that form of yagna? So that's what we discussed. Pravinji had example of the food that he had on his plate, how it resulted of as a result of Ashaji preparing it in advance. He shared that.
Actually, Pravinji also has a farming background. So, Pravinji, you want to talk about that? On how much effort goes into creating a, handful of grains, for example?
Yeah, I mean, right from that would be a very good example. I mean, right from preparing the farm, I mean, studying the what we can say from ground level, studying about the climate, about the जमीन के बारे में सोचना वगैरह, fertilizers, everything, then bowing the seeds at the right time, it's before the rain, and then actually keeping them safe. Like as we keep our home safe, we have to keep the seeds also safe in the farm itself, because it's an open, right? That is more what we can say, vulnerable.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, right. So there are lots and lots of efforts. I mean, it goes unnoticed, or I mean, that kind of thing, just for getting the things that we get readily in our plates or maybe in the market. So the process which it follows to get what there is lot and lot of activity.
Beautifully said. Yes. So Pravinji does farming sometimes, and he comes from that background. That's why he knows exactly the kind of efforts that go in. So when we have a piece of bread or a bagel or donut in your hand, it doesn't naturally occur to us that so many things have come together to make it happen. There is so much effort that has gone into it, So once we become mindful of that, then automatically you will start getting into the participant mindset rather than a consumer mindset. As Chitraji said, then it will come to you then. Naturally, it will come to you that, if so many people have contributed to something I'm consuming, should I not also be contributing something back? So beautiful, excellent group work. So Chitraji, you will have 2 more minutes if you have something missing to add.
I just wanted to quickly add, just having this mindset, the sessions that we receive. So how can we give back by contributing in a way of participation in the group? Right?
Yes, exactly. See, what you have to understand is, for example, a very small request I keep making is keep your video on. It is not that I need to see your face. I always feel happy to see your face. But more than that, it is for the other participants. They feel warm. They feel like they are part of a group. And so you are making them feel better. So that's one of the simple things. And also doing your homework. And, right now what you are doing is also participating. You are participating right now. Instead of just consuming the knowledge, you are introspecting and you are trying to deliver your own perspectives that may help others. So these are all examples only of yagya that you have started doing. So very happy. Group 4, who are your representatives? Deepali. Okay. Deepali will lead and then she will say if she wants to bring in someone else. Your time starts now. Please let us know the question, the way you understood it.
Yeah, so it's referring to 3.9, and any action that we perform in our day-to-day life, how would you approach that action? I mean, with what mindset would you approach that action? Is that the right understanding, right, Guruji? List out the
Yes.
two primary actions that you would do, and how would you do it, keeping the shloka of 3.9 into mind.
Got it. Yes.
Correct. So, I mean, consciously and consensusly, like we are all five women. So, two activities. Personally, for me, it was like cooking and then our work, right? So, work is something I will let my other team members also speak, like Poonam Aunty and Smita Vaini is also there. And for cooking, I would want to take the lead. Now, typically, I mean, I'll be honest, cooking is not my forte, and I do it because I have to do it. But after looking at, I immediately I had that in front of me. What does 3.9 mean? And I made a
I'll keep
checklist.
that in mind when I visit you any day.
No, I'm not a bad cook, but yeah. Let's get to the point is, yes, I'm going to change the approach and consider it that I'm cooking it for Krishna. I'm doing it for him, like, with that kind of bhava, and then do the cooking, like, and I've done that also. It's not that I've not done, but I've done it. And yes, it does make a difference and when you're doing with that mindset in mind. And then also, like, one of the things is like, because you're working, you're all over the place. So that ego comes in, why do I have to cook and stuff like that? Leave it aside, give away that ego. And that's how you are giving it. Like what we've learned is from Krishna is the more you give, that is what is important to it. So this is my way of giving it. And again, don't have any expectation. You're doing it because you're doing it for the family. You want to do it for the family. And then like with that kind of a, like, no expectations from it. And while doing it, do the manan part of it. I mean, most of it has been covered. I mean, Manojji also covered it. But yeah, I do that also as and when, like, I do want to catch up with the news and stuff like that. So I think I should leave that aside. And when I am cooking, do my own, like put some bhajan at the background. So that, the whole vibration, the energy that you give to that food also will be in the right mindset for the full family. And yeah, perform it as a yagya, as if you're performing it for Krishna. These are the things that comes to my mind when I'm explaining.
Okay. Very nice. So who do you want to pass it on to now?
Poonam Aunty, Smita Vaini, because they want to talk from the work perspective and what is it that they do.
Okay. Yes. Let us go to Smita ji.
I add little bit. Whatever it is, work-wise or any other ways, I realize that we do the work. The first 2-3 questions included, the answers included in it. We do many times things mechanically because sometimes we are not in the uh, mindfulness and we just do things for the heck of doing it. So it's not every day. We try to be good in whatever we do. In Marathi, we say "Pata takaयचं नाहीये." That is the approach, that is the attitude generally. But sometimes one is what we are facing in our real life, it creeps into our work. So in that, first thing I thought is gratitude. I am a technically equipped person, but I have sidetracked it into the teaching now. So I feel personally that it is Krishna's doing that he has got me in a place where I can impart whatever experience I have. I don't know whether to call it knowledge, but the experience that I have, I can impart it. So the gratitude. First is I must feel gratitude that I've been given a chance to do this. अगर कृष्णा ने हमें कुछ सिखाया है और वो हमें लायक समझता है कि we can impart some part of our experience to the world, that is one part, the gratitude. Another part is when the awareness, whatever mindfulness and awareness we have, try and before we go there, you try and cut off whatever is happening in real life at a day-to-day level. Sometimes it could be irritation why the kids are not consistent, why the people who are not more disciplined, who are supposed to do the work, meaning the students. So now when I think about it, first uske liye I must apply my certain teachings of Gita, which we are trying to learn वो day to day life की practice में आनी है, and we have to when we use it, you'll probably pass it on to others also. For example, consistency here, and some things that pass on the good things and not whatever the irritation part. So mindfulness तो है ही है, and if you inculcate in your way of working, in your way of imparting whatever you have, it the Gita knowledge will also be part of it. Sorry, I can give it to Auntie. She can continue.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Yes, Poonamji, you get 2 minutes.
Only 2 minutes, Guruji.
Yes, yes.
Only 2 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
First of all, thank you, Guruji, for bringing us together and giving us opportunity, each one of us giving opportunity to speak about our personal life, like whatever we experience. The only thing I wanted to add is that whatever we do, it should be with determination, 3 Ds, determination, dedication, and devotion. Once if we keep those 3 Ds in our mind, I am like, जो होगा देखा जाएगा, let us do it. Whether it is cooking, plan it out. Because करना है तो करना है. Why? Like Krishna told that अब तुमको करना, लड़ाई करनी है, तुमको रिश्ते नहीं देखने, तुमको करना है अपना काम. So go on doing your duties with dedication and enjoy that first of all, and don't carry the burden like I'll say at night when we sleep. Like Smita ji said, okay, there are so many things we face in the school, colleges, or at home also. So when we sleep at night, let us forget that. Don't carry the burden in the head. Just forget it. Okay, now I have to be fresh. Those burdens should be kept aside and have peaceful sleep. So morning when you get up fresh, don't think, हाँ आज तो मुझे क्या करना है, खाना क्या बनाना है. That is part of duty. So keep on going with dedication. And thank you, Guruji, for giving us an opportunity. I will just sum up with just 2 lines. Guruji, I know since 2011, 2012, but I have come across more closer to him through these sessions, Gita. And I'm thankful to him that he requested me to join the group. So with that, I'm really grateful. रिश्ते और आई हैव रिटन समथिंग, आई जस्ट टेल. रिश्ते और रास्ते के बीच एक अजीब रिश्ता होता है. कभी रिश्तों से रास्ते मिल जाते हैं, कि कभी कभी रिश्ते ऐसे मिलते हैं कि हमें रास्ता दिखाते हैं, कि हमें मतलब ये सब नहीं सोचना चाहिए, हमें अब अपने पैरों पे खड़ा होना चाहिए. दे टीच अस समथिंग, वेदर इट इज वर्क और वेदर इट इज इन द रिलेशन. और कभी रास्तों से रिश्ते मिल जाते हैं. अब वो रास्ता अगर हमारा अच्छा है तो वो रिश्ते, जैसे मुझे सब ये रिश्ते मिले हैं, though I am not be a very good like telling about Gita and everything, but I feel very, very satisfied and happy when I see all these faces and wish him good morning. Hare Krishna. इसलिए चलते रहिए, रिश्ते निभाते रहिए खुशियों से. तो चंदन की तरह होती है, खुशियां हमारे चंदन की तरह होती है. If you take the chandan and you put it for somebody, the smell remains in your finger also. So be chandan, spread love. That's what I want to summarize. I रहेगा, I without I. Like we say, I नहीं होना चाहिए, अहम नहीं होना चाहिए. अहम क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए? I अगर I नहीं है, I can do it. I will do it. But not with that intention कि if you are successful, Lord, that I entered your head. And if you're a loser, don't let it enter your heart. Keep it balanced. Then only you will be a successful person. Though I may not be telling that nishkama karma and all, but little experience of my life, I'm sharing it.
Very beautifully
Thank you,
said.
Guruji. Thank you.
No, thank you so
Thank
much. Beautifully said. I really like your advice. When you achieve success, don't let it get your head, and when you see failure, don't let it get your heart. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And I would like to also thank you, Poonamji, because you are more senior to me, but you are leading by example. Like you have never had that pride, that you never felt that, array, I'm so much elder to this person and why should I listen to him? You never came across like that. You were always eager to learn, and so it's very inspiring to have you in our life, and we all look up to you. Please have good health and continue to guide us. I hope everybody enjoyed this exercise. I hope it all made you think at least. But has anybody observed any common theme that was repeating across all these four groups, all these four questions? Did anybody catch anything common? Okay, let's see who is thinking. Deepaji?
You have to perform your act. You cannot run away
Okay,
from life's duties. You have to live in the world and
okay.
perform. Yeah, that's
Yes, yes. But there is
and
something which
you have to
is,
perform it nishkam without any expectations and with the bhava, with the offering it as an offering to the Lord, it, with the yagya in the mind. Like this is you're offering it to the Lord
yes,
with
what you
that
are saying is
mindset.
correct. There is definitely what you are saying is all right only. But I'm asking that you had four groups, four questions, and we had like 12, 13 different answers. But did anybody catch anything which was common across all those answers? Everybody used one word which kept repeating. Yes, Manojji?
Mindfulness.
Wow, give him an applause. Everybody, in almost every answer, people were, implying that we need to be mindful, because otherwise nothing else comes. You are cooking, if you are not mindful that I'm, doing it like a machine, or like Smita ji said, she used a very, क्या बोले मराठी में? पाट्या नहीं टाकायचे. But then you have to be mindful to know or realize that that's what you are doing, right? So all this gyan, all this knowledge is going to help us only when we are mindful first. And any guesses what is required to always be mindful? Okay, Sulata ji, yes.
Being in a calm mind, samatvam.
Okay, so does everybody agree, or does anybody have a different answer? Okay, everybody is saying they agree. Now does Krishna's teaching make more sense on why he talks about samatvam so much? See, if you don't have samatvam, where will mindfulness come from? Like Manojji gave an example. If somebody is cutting you in traffic, you have to now think, be compassionate. But वो thought आता ही नहीं ना? Because your emotions first react. It's not your intellect that reacts. Na? The moment somebody cuts you, something else takes over. Because we are not mindful. That somebody else said, like I think Lakshmi ji said, the momentum. The momentum of our habits, the momentum of our impulses. And how do we stop it? We said we have to stop it through sadhana. But then how do you do sadhana? You have to do sadhana with conviction. But then for that, you need to be mindful. And then how can you be mindful? You have to maintain samatvam. Does anybody remember what was the advice given by Krishna on how to develop samatvam? Okay. Let's see. You're thinking. Okay, Sulataji seems to remember. Yes?
Yeah, Guruji, Krishna told us to tolerate the dualities of life. That is that 2.14.
Excellent. Yeah. That was a simple teaching, right? All Krishna said was, learn to tolerate. Mata sparshestu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama payana anitya stantitikshasva bharata, where he gave the entire science in one sloka. Shitoshna, like a little bit of heat, little bit of more cold, a little bit of happiness, little bit of sadness. All of that, just learn to handle it. Like, and he also said why, because he said agama paino, they come and go. Anityas, they said they're all, none of them is permanent. They are not nitya, they are anitya. Like, one, like your favorite team wins a match and you are super happy, but is that going to last forever? So be moderate. Just like that, something negative happens, be moderate. That's the message. And the more you do this, the more samatvam will become easier. And then the more you are able to practice samatvam, mindfulness will automatically come. And once mindfulness comes, you are all already jnanis. You all know what all needs to be done, and then everything will just fall in place. Excellent. I think it was a very, I'm very happy to see all of you participating. So with that, I can stop talking. Let me maybe also stop the recording. Hare Krishna. See you all in the next session where we will start digging deeper into Karma Yoga. Okay? Okay, Hare Krishna.